What nobody understood about Ariana Grande's and Mac Miller's relationship. Ariana Grande released her album Positions less than a month ago. It has been received with good reviews and people are praising how intimate and mature it feels. Some critics say that the album is, quote, an intimate look into the world of healing, and others say that it is, quote, the urge to take tangible pain and make something from it, to feel safe in your own head. It is no secret that Ariana has always used her music to deal with the trauma that life has put in her way, and it has been tough for her. She had to deal with the aftermath of a terrorist attack after one of her concerts, had to call off her engagement to Pete Davidson, and she also had to deal with the tragic death of her ex-boyfriend, Mac Miller. Mac's death hurt Ariana terribly, and her music has been influenced in many ways by the pain that it caused her. Whenever they were seen in public, Mac and Ariana looked incredibly in love. The fans loved them together and always said that they were meant for each other. But if Ariana and Mac were so in love, what really happened between them to make them go separate ways? Was it a right person, wrong time relationship? Is it that the couple couldn't manage to power through their careers, drug addiction, and constantly being in the public eye? Stick around to find out what nobody understands about Ariana Grande and Mac Miller's relationship. In 2012, Mac Miller and Ariana met over Twitter when Mac answered one of Ariana's tweets. The conversation ended up in a collaborative proposal. At this point, Mac's fame was starting to grow, but not everything was perfect for him. In January 2013, Mac told Complex about his serious struggles with substance abuse. Mac suffered from anxiety and depression, and he was very open about how he used promethazine, codeine, and cocaine to cope with his feelings. But he also said that he wanted to get better. In March 2013, his collaboration with Ariana finally happened, and Mac and Ari recorded The Way together. In that music video, both are seen flirting and fooling around, and finally, at the end, they kiss. That is where the rumors of a relationship between them started, but both Mac and Ariana denied being together. Ari said that Mac was one of her dearest friends, and Mac said that Ari was, quote, the greatest person in the world. She's like an angel. And also, quote, that's the homie. She's got a boyfriend and everything. And it was true, because at this point, Ariana was reportedly dating YouTube star Jay Brooks. The Way was Ariana's single from her debut album, Yours Truly, and by this time, Mac's career was also growing steadily. In May 2014, Mac released his album Faces, and he later admitted that most of the songs in it were about cocaine and other drugs, as well as his struggle with depression. Mac even admitted that he had suicidal thoughts before releasing the album, and he said that he believed that Grand Finale, the last track of the album, would be, quote, the last song he made on Earth. But regardless of how hard he struggled with his addiction, Mac worked even harder to be sober as his fame grew. In August 2015, after the release of his album Good AM, things seemed to be going better for Mac. He talked to Billboard about his drug use, and he said, quote, I'm not doing as many drugs. It just eats at your mind doing drugs every single day, every single second. It's rough on your body. This album is definitely sunnier than Faces, and Mac reported being happier. Quote, I'm finally having fun again. Fun. There's nothing wrong with that. Meanwhile, Ariana was also becoming a superstar. In August 2016, a few years after their first collaboration, Mac and Ariana reunited for the remix of Into You. Ariana has been dating Big Sean for 8 months, but shortly after the release of Into You, she and Mac were seen kissing at a restaurant. In August of that year, Ari and Mac went together to the MTV Video Music Awards. On September 7th, 2016, Ariana posted a picture of her and Mac hugging with the caption, B-A-B-E-E-E. Later that month, Ariana was a guest at the Ellen DeGeneres show. Ellen showed a series of pictures of Ariana and Mac and asked her if she was happy with him. Ariana answered, yeah, very shyly, after admitting that she was not used to talking about her love life in public. At this point, her relationship with Mac was as official as ever. The fans were ecstatic. Ariana and Mac looked extremely in love, and their chemistry on stage was heartwarming. The relationship could not be more perfect. All the fans loved them together. They were goofy, talented, and so loving and supportive of each other's careers. In April 2017, in an interview with W, Mac said he had, quote, spent a good time very sober, but he admitted that it was tough talking about that in the public eye. Quote, it becomes like, oh, He's sober. Oh, he has a beer. Oh my god. I just realized some things are important to just keep to yourself. But even though he kept smoking cigarettes and not being completely sober, Mac was doing much better, and some sources have said that it was partly because of Ari, who, according to some of Mac's friends, was very supportive of Mac's sobriety. But even with Mac's addiction getting better, things were about to take a dark turn. In May 2017, tragedy struck on the lives of the couple when a terrorist attack took place at the end of Ariana Grande's concert in Manchester. It caused the death of 23 people, and 800 were injured. Ariana was devastated after this, and Mac was there to support her. He canceled a few of his festival performances to be with her, and he joined her on stage when Ariana hosted the One Love Manchester benefit concert to raise funds for the victims of the attack. After the attack, Ariana talked about how the families and friends of the victims were struggling with PTSD, and she admitted showing some symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder herself. Ariana said that she didn't think she would ever be able to talk about the attack without crying. By April 2018, after months of silence caused by her grief, Ariana returned to music with her next single, No Tears Left to Cry. Mac shared Ari's track on his Twitter account with the caption, quote, "Very proud of this girl right here. Welcome back. We missed you. One of a kind." In that same month, Ariana and Mac were spotted together at Coachella. That is why their breakup the upcoming month came as a surprise for many. In May 2018, rumors started popping about Ariana and Mac breaking up. Ariana confirmed the news on her Instagram story. Quote, "This is one of my best friends in the whole world and favorite person on the planet. I respect and adore him endlessly, and I'm grateful to have him in my life in any form, at all times, regardless of how our relationship changes or what the universe holds for each of us." The 2 years relationship had ended. The real reason why the couple broke up was not clear to the fans, but the artists say that they were too busy with their careers. Some of Mac's friends, however, said that Ari had always tried to be a rock for him in his battle with substance abuse, and that they ultimately couldn't make it work. Ariana apparently, quote, "didn't want to watch him go down that destructive road." Few weeks after their breakup, Ariana started dating Pete Davidson from Saturday Night Live. The backlash she faced was huge. People were saying that she had moved on too fast, and Mac's fans claimed that she had cheated on Mac with Pete. Shortly after that, still in May, Mac was arrested for drunk driving after striking a power pole with his Mercedes. His blood alcohol level was nearly twice the legal limit. When the police found him, Mac then admitted his mistake. According to an officer, Mac was, quote, "the most polite and nice intoxicated person he's ever seen." After Mac's car accident, everyone started criticizing Ariana even more. Some people even blamed her for Mac's hit and run. People were saying that she caused him to, quote, "fall off the wagon," and that she had, quote, "abandoned him in his hour of need." One person even tweeted, quote, "Mac Miller totaling his G-Wagon and getting a DUI after Ariana dumped him for another dude after he poured his heart out on a 10-song album to her called The Divine Feminine is just the most heartbreaking thing happening in Hollywood." The tweet went viral, and Ariana didn't hesitate to issue a firm response, saying, among other things, quote, "I am not a babysitter or a mother, and no woman should feel that they need to be. I have cared for him and tried to support his sobriety and prayed for his balance for years, and always will, of course. But shaming, blaming women for a man's inability to keep his shit together is a very major problem." Many people expressed to Ari their support in her refusal of being blamed for Mac's actions. In June, regardless of people's criticism, Ariana and her new boyfriend Pete Davidson became engaged. He gave Ariana a ring thought to be worth $100,000. When Mac Miller was questioned about this, he said, quote, "like the whole thing is a little strange, but it's not negative." And he added, quote, "it's all positive energy. I am happy for her in moving forward with her life, just as I'm sure she is with me." On September 7th, 2018, that same year, Mac died after an accidental overdose. He was only 26 years old. Ariana's public reaction in the beginning was only to post a black and white photo of Mac on Instagram. A week after his death, she posted a video of him in which he is seen laughing and wearing a hoodie that says, "everything will be okay." Below the picture, Ariana wrote, quote, "I'm so mad. I'm so sad. I don't know what to do. You were my dearest friend for so long. Above anything else, I'm so sorry I couldn't fix or take your pain away. I really wanted to. The kindest, sweetest soul with demons he never deserved. I hope you're okay now. Rest." In the beginning of October 2018, Pete Davidson and Ariana called off their wedding after only 5 months of relationship. A source close to Ariana said that, quote, "It was way too much too soon," and also that the decision to break up was mutual. Finally, Ariana gave back the ring that Pete had given her. Apparently, the singer needed some to cope with her feelings because she was so heartbroken after Mac's death, so she tried to heal the best way she knows, through her music. On October 25th, 2018, the Sweetener World Tour was announced. Ariana spent from March 2019 to December 22nd promoting her albums Sweetener and Thank You Next in North America and Europe. And Thank You Next is one of the songs in which Ariana references her past relationships.